Chapter 32. The battle begins. Despereaux and Baldo hurried towards the dungeon stairs. "Charge!" the mouse cried from Baldo's shoulder. With each step, the genie grew larger and larger, and the mouse rose higher and higher, until at 7 feet tall and armored entirely in kitchenware, the genie looked like the proudest of knights. He wore a mixing bowl as a helmet and a roasting pan as a chest plate. In his hand, he brandished a long rotisserie skewer with a roasted chicken still speared to its end. "Tell me again," Baldo said. "Chivalry, bravery, honor," Despereaux said, raising his needle into the air. "Chivalry, bravery, honor," Baldo repeated as he thrust his skewer sword with a laugh. "Ha ha! I just love to be out of the kitchen." The genie dashed down the corridor. "Into the breach," he cried. Despereaux clung on tight as Baldo descended the many flights of stairs to the deepest parts of the dungeon. "Down this way," Despereaux said at the last step. He pointed in the direction of the cells. "Charge!" Baldo shouted. They turned down the dark corridor. "There, that way." The mouse motioned toward where he'd last seen P. Her door was ajar. "Ha!" Baldo cried, leaping in front of the prince's cell. They peered inside. "But she was," Despereaux said. They were too late. P's cell was empty. In the packed Colosseum, Botticelli's booming voice drew the rats' attention away from the princess pinned to the floor. They looked up at the royal box in anticipation. My friends, Botticelli cried, placing a paw on Roscuro's shoulder. "There are rats and there are rats." The rowdy audience raised their fists into the air and roared. "And now," Botticelli continued, turning towards Roscuro, "I would like a huge round of applause for our good friend here, for delivering us our princess." The rats welcomed their new hero with a thundering ovation. There was no denying it. Roscuro was now utterly and unmistakably a rat. His reception could be heard in every corner of the dungeon. In the distance, Despereaux cupped his ear at the sound. "Come on, let's go," he ordered Baldo. They bolted past the cells, following the applause. "Oi, hang on," Ming called through the bars out of her window. "Where are you going?" "Help!" Baldo and Despereaux were already marching toward the bridge that led to the Colosseum. "Hurry!" Despereaux cried. Then they did not see many glowing red dots blinking into the darkness. The rats were watching. "Oh," said one, licking his chops at the sight. "Look at that." "Let's get him," said another. At his cry, hundreds of rats poured forth from the shadows of the dungeon hall. They looked like an army. As one, they ran to the genie. "Ah!" Baldo cried as the army attacked. He tried to move forward, but the rats crawled all over him. They climbed up his legs into his armor, gnawing at every limb and joint. "Keep going," Despereaux urged. A rat raced up Baldo's shoulder and lunged for the mouse, but Despereaux was ready. He wielded his needle like a battle axe, whacking away as bravely as any full-sized knight. The rat tumbled to the floor. A second rat followed, then another. From every side, rats pounced with open jaws. Despereaux kicked a fat one, pushing him to the ground. He tossed another. He jabbed and blocked, just as he had done in the library. Only these were not imaginary enemies. The rats were frighteningly real. And one by one, the mouse's blows drew them to the dungeon floor. But it was too late for Baldo. The rats bit into his foot with a loud crunch, and the genie crashed down the stairs. When Despereaux saw him again, the valiant knight was just a long trail of pots and pans.